Hello, 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 hello.
Good
Welcome, everybody.
evening. Good
Believe it or not, I
evening.
did set this live up like 4 days ago, and I looked
Really?
today, and it wasn't set up. Yeah,
I didn't see it till what? Sometime this afternoon.
yeah, I had one already set up though. That's the thing. Actually set it up before the one I did Friday.
YouTube messing with us again. Of course, they good about stuff like
Well,
that.
is YouTube and StreamYards.
Well, and you want to know who the sleeper cells are? I think we all know who that is.
Yeah, that's a big conversation there.
Wait a minute. Hold on. I may have messed up. Are you wanting to wait 15 minutes on this one or?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was about to say that's
Okay.
usually me at 11:30 after I've had a slice of pie.
One
Well,
thing
now,
I do want to address, and this goes to these
food.
no, these people
Oh,
that hate me, that are trying to take me down and irritate me. Um, I just pray for you. Pray that God gets into your heart and removes the hate and removes the envy, because evidently you have a lot of envy for me and my channel, evidently. And I'm just going to leave it at that. Um, it's the way it is. That's all I can say. I will pray for you.
bless your pig picking heart.
Dude, if they hate you, they definitely can't stand me.
Or
Oh,
me.
yeah.
But
Yeah, I've completely unsubscribed and deleted everything from those people. Don't want nothing to do with them anymore. Let them do what they do, but they
well,
still end up coming back over.
well, I'm not exactly sure who it is, but it sounds like this one person keeps bringing stuff up. Meow, uh, you know,
Hey,
it sounds
Regina.
like to me they are getting low on their views and trying to start a bunch of BS.
Oh, yeah.
So, and I'm going to be the first one to bring it up because I've got to brag on something. I went to Feed Line. Yep, food. Here we go. I went to Food Line a couple of days ago, and it's been a long time since I bought me a fresh pineapple. And from my last one, if you let it sit and get yellow, it turns sweet. Oh man. So that's what I did with this. I just cut into it today. And I cut it up, cut the eyes out of it, cut the center out of it. And I chopped it up, put it in the bowl. And right before the stream, I got 4 pieces left, 4 chunks left. And I'm the only one that's been eating on it.
I
So,
like a good pineapple.
man, that's the sweetest pineapple I think I've ate in a long time. And it darn sure ain't nothing like you get out of a can.
Oh, no.
It'll make
Oh,
it'll
no.
make you throw canned pineapple in the trash.
Yeah, one of the best things I like to do, and I don't take the middle out. I think that's a good part of it, the core.
Well, I got no other choice. I can't chew it.
Oh, well, yeah. But I like get them about yay thick and then grill
Yeah.
them. With
I
some
hadn't tried grilled.
some
Oh,
barbecue
it's,
spices on that, and let it.
oh yeah.
Ooh, good stuff.
It it enhances the flavors. It takes it to a whole nother level.
Yeah, and if you make them really thin, you can actually put them on a burger too.
Well,
Mhm.
now, let me rephrase myself. I have 8 grilled pineapple rings. I have not 8 grilled pineapple core. Okay. That's like cabbage. A lot of people don't like the core in cabbage when they cooking cabbage. Okay. Me, that's the first thing I look for.
Cut that out, put a little salt on there, and chomp down.
Yeah, I used to do that coming up. You know, mama would cut the cabbage up. She'd cut the core out of it. She'd get ready to throw it in the trash, and I snatch one out of her hand, throw salt on it, and eat it.
Yeah,
You know,
You know, a lot of the peels and rinds that some people discard, most of it has the same, if not more,
yeah,
nutrients in it than the actual
yeah.
fruit that we eat.
exactly like a peach.
Peach,
Yeah.
kiwis.
Well, now I saw something over the weekend I never thought I'd see. It was peach jam. Yeah, I know, Bubba. Get used to it. It was peach jam made with peach peelings that most people throw away. You know, it's the pits, the peelings. You
Yeah,
know,
you dehydrate them. They got
Yeah.
good flavor to them.
I ain't tried that now.
Yeah, because you know you if depending on what you're making, and you take
Yeah.
the peeling off, you dip them in hot water, and then you just slide that peeling off, and then dehydrate it. Same thing with tomato peelings. You dehydrate
Yeah.
those.
Make a
Well, now
seasoning or powder.
Yeah,
I've done the tomato peelings. I've made powder out of it. You
yeah.
know, that way I put in my soups and stuff like that. The only thing about dehydrating, my dehydrator, I got 5 trays. I can load them things down, dehydrate, return to powder. I get about an inch of powder in a pint jar. Robert, stay confused. You're perfect for this channel. You see, Robert, there is some things we cannot come straight out of the gate and talk about. We have, let's say, a time limit. So we got to make up something for the first 15, 20 minutes. So get used to it. Oh, and hello, Robert.
I don't know. I mean, it probably doesn't hurt because it's a mint. It's in the mint family, and usually the mint stuff keeps mosquitoes away. I do know when I plant it in by my tomatoes, I hardly ever have any bugs around my tomatoes.
I will say this, and it's fact, okay? They have got a plant. I don't know up there where y'all at, but it's called a mosquito plant. All right,
Yeah,
it's bush.
Like
Get
citronella.
you
yeah,
something like that. I'm not exactly sure what it is, but it attracts the mosquitoes. Okay, now me and my son-in-law found one by mistake one year. Yeah. Boy, we hurt for about a week after we tore it down. But you know, if you've got 3 or 4 on your lot or whatever, you shouldn't have no problems with mosquitoes.
oh yeah, yeah.
And
That's
it does work.
citronella. Yeah,
I think lemongrass has some of those similar properties as well, but I could be wrong.
yeah. Most of the mint mint family things do.
But to be truthful about it, I have no idea who would even sell a bush or what the name of it would be called. We always called it a skeeter bush.
Yeah, get you some citronella.
Right there, citronella. Yeah.
Okay. Hello, Grape Jams.
Hey, Grape Jams. Hope you're doing good. Hope
My
you're feeling
mint from
better
last
today.
year done.
My wife's getting in my case about my seeds. They still sitting on the table.
Yeah, I gotta get up there and do some watering. That room gets so hot up there, which is good, but that means I have to water it every day.
Well, I'm gonna have to go buy me a heating pad because one that I was going to use, my wife is using it now. Her corporal tunnel, instead of her right hand, it's in her left this time,
Yeah.
and it's giving her a bad fit. So,
Hey, KK.
hey, don't hit the red button.
Almost did. I had to go
Yeah.
get me another heating pad this past weekend.
KK likes that red button for some reason.
Well, I did too when I first started. Think about it.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, there was times I would check out and leave y'all up here.
Yep. I remember the first time I had to call you up. You're still alive and you left me up here.
And I didn't exactly know how to get back on there. I mean, it was luck.
Well, if you go back, the live is probably still up. You can probably check out his first live and go to the end, and you can hear him on the phone. How in the hell did I get back up there?
You really, you don't want to hear me.
I'm gonna go watch it later.
My vocabulary has changed a lot from back then up until now. So,
Hey, chicken little girl.
man,
Well, we still got a minute and a half.
Okay. Talking about cabbage, me and the wife sat down last week, and we had planned out our dinner, for Sunday. We was going to have cooked cabbage, cube steak, mashed potatoes with gravy, and so forth. I don't know what happened. Ended up having homemade chicken dumplings.
Well, there ain't nothing wrong with that.
Hey, it's a win-win.
How'd you make your dumplings?
I cheated out of biscuits.
Biscuits, yeah.
Yeah, I cheated.
There you go.
I mean, it was in the afternoon when I made them to begin with.
Oh, okay.
Because what I had to do, the pack of chicken I got was quarters. Okay. I went back there to get me about 2 or 3. Man, it was a solid brick. I had to let it kind of partially thaw so I could break them loose. And then I boiled them and I had to let them cool down. And then I think the time we finally ate was something like about 5 or 6. But, dude, breakfast was good this morning. I got me a bowl of chicken. Good. Yeah, it was.
Shoot, yeah.
Yeah, I've seen that happen a lot with the beans. Somebody had sent me beans like 3 times. It was their rare kind of bean. And I also had somebody from Canada, and it was a thick seed for squash. Every time they would be squished.
Wow.
And you
Can you
can't do
take
that. Once that inner core is broke, it won't grow anything.
Can you take regular kidney beans you buy out of a store and plant them, and they work?
In some cases, yes, but some of them are sprayed with stuff that they won't reproduce a seed, or the seed
Okay,
won't be any good. You'll get the seed, which is the bean,
right.
and you'll try to plant it the next time, and nothing will happen. You'll just
Now,
get a plant, and no beans show up on it.
Yep.
is it possible to go ahead and, let's say, get a handful of beans and soak them in water, and then, kind of moisten a towel and see which one sprouts first, and then plant them?
It's not the sprout. They'll grow, but they won't produce anything. You'll have
Okay.
a nice looking plant, but nothing will produce from it. And
I got
and I'm not saying that's every bean you get at the store, but there are some that are made to where you can't reproduce them.
Thanks a lot, Walmart.
That's not Walmart. It's
Oh, I know.
it's
It's a
part
Monsanto.
of the GMO stuff.
Yeah, I know. But it seems like they're the biggest contributors. Seems like. Now, answer me this question. I think I heard you say, and I may be mistaken, you already got cucumbers sprouting and you
Yeah,
planted them 2 days ago. How is that possible?
2 days, because I got them from Haas Tools.
I mean, you didn't have to clip no ends on them or nothing like that.
No,
Okay,
you,
because I have heard some people talk like that. Clip
yeah,
the ends.
that's supposed to be and it depends on the seed. How long that seed been in the pack? If the seed
Okay,
has been in a pack for a long time, it's harder for that inner seed to get out of that shell.
gotcha.
So that's why they clip the little butt on it.
Now, would it be the smaller end or the bigger end of the seed that you clip?
The end with the tip on it.
Point.
Point.
Okay, okay,
The opposite end of that. Yeah.
okay.
But you figure stuff like I forget the specific family they're in, but like cucumbers, melons, squashes,
Yeah.
they're quick to germinate. It's like he got his in a couple days. Well, I planted some. Tomorrow will be a week, and they're already about an inch high.
Yeah.
Darn.
Different cucumbers and different squashes. Um, like tomatoes and peppers, they take longer to germinate.
I
Well,
did
now,
a whole tray of marigolds because I just put them in pots next to my raised beds, and that will deter
Yeah, marigolds.
the
Yeah,
bad bugs to get in there. And
well, now,
they were up in a day.
really,
Yep.
marigolds,
Yeah, marigolds.
huh? Now, I did not know until a couple of hours ago that watermelons originated from Africa.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
I love watermelons.
Man, watermelon and cantaloupe. I wouldn't turn my hand over to either one, but if I had my choice, I'd have to go to cantaloupe until they were gone and then start on the watermelon.
Okay, do a little talking about these sleeper cells, and there's many versions of these, and got to kind of read between the lines if you know what I mean. And I'm not sure how well this video is going to turn out anyway, or this live, but there has been reports that has been let loose by the government. Now, I'm not saying that there are sleeper cells in these cities or anything like that, because I'm not a government official and I don't know if the government's telling the truth or not. I kind of giggle whenever I say that, but
Really?
the thing is, they have set letters out to divisions of
Sure.
3-letter agencies in certain cities. Now, the ones that were leaked of this paperwork that was sent, what it was in Connecticut, Florida, and sorry 101, but Detroit, Chicago, and San Diego. And I'm sure there's more. And again, that doesn't mean that there's sleeper cells there. It just means it's credible, is what they said. And this paperwork that is sent to them is how to go about protecting the city and things like that. Now, again, these things could be, that there's a thing coming up in November.
Of course.
It could be linked to this. There is a lot of this going on. There's a lot of talk about these cells are going to control the thing that happens in November.
Yeah.
And it's not like they're going to go out and do bad things, but you never know. You never know what kind these that there are. Now there has been a lot of talk from these groups, from where they come from, saying, "Oh, we're already there. We've been there for so and so many years, and we just filled up our area in the United States because it's so easy to get in now." There, not too long ago, and I've talked about this before, there's certain guys that used to be on cards from Iraq that made their way into United States, and it was filmed, and it was positive ID and everything. He said, "Oh, he just walked right in. Nobody there to stop him, and who knows where he went from there."
If you want to know how trustworthy the government is, just ask an Indian. They'll tell you.
I'm just thinking it had to suck to be the guy that was for the queen card.
Oh, yeah, really.
Queen of Spades.
Oh, brother, you on the queen card. You no good. Man.
Yeah, and like I said, there are many different ways that a cell could be from the bad ones of these. The N-word.
Rob, I remember that.
And there could be, foreign, like other countries, Russia, China, Iran.
Longboard and Mom. Good evening, lady. Long time.
Especially if you're in cities, like all the cities you named, they're pretty populous cities. It's harder to point out that one oddball when you got tens of thousands versus somebody that's in a rural area, small town, people know people.
Yeah, and the thing is, Jeff, when he came in earlier, he was like, "Oh, it has to be New York, L.A."
Texas.
Believe it or not, New York and L.A. have
Most
we'll
population.
put it detectors. If anything dirty comes in,
Yeah.
it gets picked up.
Okay.
And I'm not saying that's why that there's no cells there, or there isn't any cells there. That is now I don't know how many cities have this capability, but I do know those 2 cities have them. And they can pick it up by, they'll get warnings a lot of time for Xerox machines, the copy machines and stuff,
Yeah.
because there's trace amounts in there, and if there's a lot of that in like a truck, it'll get picked up, and somebody come out and check on it.
Well, I guess what could be scarier than anything else is have a sleeper cell that born and raised here.
Well,
because
they
one
have a
like that
different,
would be
yeah,
harder to
they have a different name for that though, Jeff.
assholes.
No.
Traitors.
Yeah, you can't really say it.
Oh, okay.
It's a homegrown
Yeah.
group.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's one that's born and raised here.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
Domestic.
Yeah. Tea time.
Well,
Yes, a lot of the major port cities, which is Los Angeles, and that's why I don't know about Savannah,
I was just
Georgia,
fixing to say that. You didn't
because that
mention
is a
Georgia, but as far as
that's a major port, and
Oh, yeah.
since the 2020 thing, a lot of traffic has went to there now, because
A
the
lot.
other ones got skimpy.
well, now back in the late 90s, early 2000s, I worked with a guy. Let's just say his first name was Mike. He used to be a sheriff, and we got to be pretty good friends. And he married into a little money, but he didn't know it at the time until after he got married. But they owned a shipping thing down in Savannah. And to my knowledge, he's been working down there ever since then.
Oh, he's rich now then,
Oh, heck yeah.
Wouldn't doubt it.
because they made some money during the
Yeah.
sickness thing. They
Well, see, he's tried 2 or 3 different times to get me to come down there and go to work with him. And I kept saying, "No, hell, that means I got to move." The wife don't want to move, so what? But if I'd moved when he did and got in with that down there, shit, I'd be sitting behind the desk, probably doing the same thing he's doing.
Yeah, and the thing with the sleeper cells, just because they're in a city, or supposedly that they could be in those cities, that doesn't mean those are the cities that would be under attack,
Yeah.
because more than likely they would travel to where they were going.
Well, now, what I'm thinking is when I hear the word sleeper cells, is this right here. Now, chances are I'm going to be wrong. It's going to be a major city and there will be chaos. And I'm going to say it like that because that's what they go for, or that's the way I have been told to believe that's what they go for. You know, the more people, the better off that they would be.
Well, that's the whole thing. It depends where they're from and what their objective is.
Okay.
Because, you know, the beginning of 2000, September,
Yeah.
that was a cell there. It didn't originate. It wasn't in another country. They were here. They boarded.
Oh,
They
yeah.
boarded from here and
Well,
did bad things.
well, you figured that one learned how to fly a plane here in the States.
Well, no, it was a Microsoft game. They were. If you go back in, not the report, not so much the report that the government put out, but the investigators that came after that determined that 3-letter agencies knew about it.
Okay.
They said they had a site set up, not here, but over there, to where they learned off of computers. They had the joysticks and, you know, all the stuff that resembled what they were going to be flying. And they learned, they learned on a computer game.
Now, the one I remember watching, the guy learned how to fly a plane in Florida, down there. You know, because they got his bookwork. I don't know the name of what it's called. His log books. That's what it is. They had his log books and everything else, going back to that school down in Florida. That's what I remember seeing.
Yeah, I don't know. I just remember that they were showing what game it was, and I even played the game, but I didn't play anything, or I didn't play anything or fly anything that was big. I always flew the little planes because you had to save up money and stuff to get, or unless you cheated.
Well, I looked at it like this: getting it off the ground ain't the problem, and hell, for them, landing wasn't no problem either. You know, we all know how that ended.
Yeah.
You know, I'm sorry that it happened, but deep down, and this is the way I feel, and maybe nobody else does, but I doubt it. Our government knew they was going to do this before they ever done it.
Oh yeah, they knew a year and a half that it was planned.
Yeah. Okay. So our government is just as much involved as the other people. I'll put it like that.
Yeah. But
thank you, Susie D.
The ones that I would really worry about would be the ones in the central area. And I'm not saying that you have to be scared and of all the things in Chicago and and Michigan, for some reason that they seem to be the more feasible ones than the ones on the outskirts of the ports and things.
Yeah.
Well, now,
Some type of infrastructure or something they're trying to go after Michigan, or is this just, I don't know.
And believe it or not, it is very easy for them to come in, and it's not coming in through Texas. They're coming in through Canada.
Canada, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, now,
Phew.
I do believe that the East Coast, I'm talking all the way from Maine down to Mississippi, is going to be the worst of it all. Is going to catch the blunt of it all. I believe that all my heart, because you've got all the major, I'm going to say cities, the businesses on the East Coast. And if y'all say, now California, hell, biggest part of their businesses are moving away from there, but still, you got East Coast. You've got, I don't know if we're allowed to say it, but you got the Pentagon. You got the White House.
141%.
Like that.
Yeah, I don't. It's and it all depends on what group these are. And like I said, I don't know. There's no more, because all I know is the paperwork, the files, and everything were sent to these places.
Like a bulletin.
Yeah, and it wasn't supposed to get out to these. These were getting sent there. Now I don't know if it to me if it is Middle Eastern, those would be major targets of a lot of people. The other ones coming from other countries would be grids or stuff like that.
I guess, like you said earlier, the ones that really would worry about is the ones you really wouldn't suspect that's been here for a while, that know how things go, that feels comfortable,
Yeah.
And you've got other people that's just coming in and they're saying, okay, yeah, come on. It's like when the Joker went to rob the bank in the Batman movie and everybody had on the same mask, the same clown masks, You don't know who the boss is when everybody's got on the clown mask.
Well, now, I'm going to say this right here. Here, where I live, I'm between 50 and 75 miles from a nuclear plant, okay? Now, about an hour away from me in the opposite direction, we got one of the biggest storage for gasoline here in this state for the East Coast. I said one. There's something like 2 or 3, but
like a gasoline depot.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I've been by there, Lord God, I don't know how many times working in that area. Dude, I could take a rock and pop one of them tanks.
We had to work in a place not that big, but similar, installing some lights. And man, I was on edge the whole time.
Yeah, I mean,
everything was shut off and proper, but anything could happen.
Yeah, but it's always going through your mind. Is it really shut off? Did they overlook this one? Like that right there. And those tanks are so close together. If one goes, the whole damn thing's gone. Plain simple.
Oh, yeah.
And it is being piped up somewhere out of Texas, around in that area. And what gets me is the gas stations that are here in North Carolina. They make more money than the ones in Virginia and DC. The one and South Carolina, hell, they cheaper than what North
Well,
Carolina is, and we the ones that's got the tanks.
it depends on the tax, because
Tax,
gas is
yeah.
not really that expensive. You'd be surprised at how much tax there is on gasoline.
No, I would not be, because it tells you right there on the pump. All you got to do is read it. And I've read it, I don't know how many times, but right now I couldn't tell you how much it is.
Yeah,
But I know it's not cheap.
It's two prices in some places. It's one price if you pay cash, and it's one price if you pay card. And a lot of
yeah,
places, if you pay card, it's a couple cents more.
Yeah,
yeah.
exactly.
I'll do that because I live right on the river, so I'll go right over to Carolina. It's a couple cents cheaper, and you don't
Yeah.
have to pay the sales tax on the groceries. So I go to the grocery store while I'm over there, save a couple bucks, you know.
Well, now South Carolina is a lot cheaper than North Carolina on on groceries and gasoline. Because
Yeah,
I've got a cousin that lives there, and he's doing his damnedest to get me to move there also. You know,
The
I
thing
don't
is with the gas, you can go from one county to the next, and depending on the counties, because some counties charge way more for tax than other
Mhm.
counties. And
yeah,
it's the same thing with beer, cigarettes, and pop. One county can be a lot cheaper to get your gas and cigarettes and whatnot, and you go to the next county and it's 5-10 cents cheaper per gallon or whatnot.
Robert, I would have done the exact same thing.
we got two little strip mall gas stations right at the county line of one county beside us, and they always battling it out for prices.
Yeah,
It's the same thing pretty much on both sides, but it's a different county right there in between them.
yeah. And a
Yeah.
lot of times they'll match the price, and they'll actually make more money on a gallon because their taxes are
Yeah,
cheaper.
Well,
yeah,
now what I get, and Bushcraft, I know you remember this. Back in the 70s, they had gas wars to see
Yeah,
who could sell it the cheapest at that time. Hey, dude, back in them days, a line would be backed up 3 and 4 miles. People would run out of gas waiting to fill up.
yeah. They'd be waiting out there for them to open.
$5 and
Yeah.
$10 would get you somewhere.
Oh, yeah. $10, that would put what, between a half and 3/4 tank of gas. And now, if you put $10 in your car, that's to get you from one pump to the other.
I was born in '88, so I caught the tail end of when you could still get gas and then go pay for it. Oh
Yeah.
man, be out there pumping, and I try to stop and go 2 cent over, and then mom's like, "I gotta
Yeah.
find these 2 cent." I'm like, "Mom, it's just 2 cent. They ain't gonna
Dig
really
in the
worry." But no,
ashtray, get 2
I
pennies
gotta,
out.
I gotta find these 2 cent. And she ended up finding 2 cent from somewhere I don't know where. I said, "Dang
Now,
it."
my son has been chewed out up one side and down the other. He'll get out and pump the gas, and like he wants $20, he'll stop it at 1998 and hang it up and go in there and expect 2 cent change back.
Hmm. Yeah, yeah. Pump before you pay. Those days are over.
Well, around here, if they know you, you ain't got nothing to worry about, which that's understandable. But then again, if they don't know you and they do it, they stupid. Now, I have gone down here to the corner store. I think that was the third time that day because I was filling up all my vehicles. The last go round, I forgot to walk in there and pay, got in the car and left. And when I realized what I'd done, I got back in the car, went down there and paid them. And they said, we wasn't worried about you. We knew you'd be back, you know.
Yeah.
But, I mean, if that would have happened to anybody else, the cops would have been there before they'd hung the phone up.
It's like the gas from or the oil, which will be turned into gas anyway, but the oil from Russia. You know, since the whole Ukraine thing and the sanctions and whatnot,
Yeah.
we've actually purchased 13% more oil from Russia since then.
Huh.
Sounds about right.
Where's the sanctions at?
They just
Not to
told us
mention the
what
stuff that we get from India, because India buys a ton of their oil and then resells it. So
You're
we are
talking about
still
13%. That's a lot of money.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
we're still
Dealing in that
using
commodity.
Tons and tons of the oil.
Mr. Cheddar Pepper Prepper, I remember going to the store with a gallon jug and $1 bill, filling it up with gasoline and getting 50 cents back.
I remember in like probably 88, 87,
Damn.
88,
Year I was
AM
born.
in Phoenix, Arizona. I was getting gas at 68 cents a gallon.
Well, I mean, the reason I remember that is because I was mowing that was my GoFundMe page. Me getting my ass out of the house and mowing yards for money. You know, I had 7, 8 yards a week I had to mow during the summer. I made enough money. I bought me a brand new lawnmower. Hell, what? 40, 50 bucks for a brand new lawnmower, but still back in the 70s, come on, that's a lot of money. But
It's a good investment.
yeah, yeah, really. That was my GoFundMe page called Getting Up, Going to Work. Because trust me, nobody owed me nothing. If I got something, I worked my tail off for it. Even though I was living at home, don't think I come off cheap. I still had to work for what I got.
Now there's a senator. I don't know his full name. It just says Senator King. The story was put out, and they asked him, "Do you believe that there are already sleeper cells in our grid, meaning United States?" And he says they've already been here, and he thinks, and again, it's a senator, so believe what you want with that. He thinks that it's not from the Middle East people, it's Russians and Chinese. And if you remember, I did a video way back when military age Chinese men were coming over the border. There's plenty documented videos of them, of showing them coming across, and they were actually bust up to certain states.
Yeah.
Where they went from there, I have no idea. And do you think the government actually knows where they are?
Oh, hell no.
Yeah,
They just got to have somewhere to be and be there.
and this is his theory on it. He really thinks that they're here to disrupt the thing that's coming in November.
I believe that. I honestly believe that. And I also honestly believe that, I got to be careful of how I put this.
Yeah, there's a lot. You wonder how many actually bad elements got past the border.
Right, Bubba.
Quite a bit is what I would imagine.
If they say
I
they're
mean,
tracking 100, just imagine what they're not tracking, or 1,000,
yeah,
or however many you want to throw out there. Yeah.
Well, if one gets through, if one gets caught coming through, then 100 got through without getting
Yeah.
caught.
yeah.
You know? And I always figured it like this: that one that got caught meant to get caught so the other 100 could get through.
Yeah. Well, that's when
Mr. Cheddar,
the bad people in Mexico that sell things that make people cuckoo.
Yeah.
Those groups will send over thousands and thousands of pounds of bad chemicals, knowing they're going to lose at least 50% of that. But that other 50% they get in here will pay for the other 50% they lose.
Right.
And you gotta kind of take it with a grain of salt that people are the same way that the bad chemical is getting over here. If you lose 50%, oh well.
Yep.
The other 50% gets in.
And that's a lot of people dealing with millions of people.
Yeah.
They're about $10 here, Sandy.
What's that?
A pack of Marlboros, 100s.
Oh yeah, they're constantly increasing the tax on that and alcohol.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, along with everything else.
It's about time they started increasing the alcohol. But yeah, I also believe there's going to be a disruption of power here very, very soon.
Yeah. And that's the thing is, do you think it would be before or after, depending on how it would go?
Before.
Yeah, but then there wouldn't be one.
But then again, it could be hand done.
Well, what I'm saying is, if there's a power outage and nobody can vote, guess who's still going to be in charge?
But how many do you think is already handwritten up just for this? That's what I'm kind of saying. See, it's like one of the main topics of this show tonight is they knew about it before it happened. Okay. Yeah. All right. They've been talking about this before he ever become president. All right. So they already know that he's not going to win. No ifs, ands, buts about it. Not legally. Come think about it, he didn't win legally the last damn time. But the power goes out. Oh, we had enough hand signature or hand votes to go ahead and finish it out. They already doing this.
Yeah, I don't think that still wouldn't be legal.
Look, let's break it down and do this right here. How many laws has Mr. Asshole passed that was not legal, but yet he got them passed? It's quite a few of them. It would take me a while to get a good handful, but you know, he was told not to do it because it was illegal, and yet he did it anyway. And
Yeah, and the last thing I heard was if Trump does make it to where he's on the ballot, meaning the last one on the ballot, Biden won't be the person. It's going to be the donkey lady, Camilo.
well, like I said, she ain't damn sure ain't gonna win either, legally. Okay.
We said that about Biden too.
I said legally. Now, chat will vouch for me on that. I did say legally.
I was just thinking if there's ever been a president that did 2 terms that had different vice presidents, but I think there has been.
Yeah.
Just like the president during World War One, he was president for. He's the only president that was president for more than 2 terms.
Roosevelt. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I think his second one.
Yeah, and I don't think. Yeah, he didn't have the same vice president.
Same thing. And there's been people. The Dallas thing, JFK.
Yeah. Yep.
Now, Carol Z did say something that makes a lot of sense. Wait till the Democratic convention, then we'll see a big change. I kind of believe
when is that supposed to be held?
Yeah, because there's way too much talk about Biden, his memory and his
true
all this stuff. So I don't think it's going to be him.
Now there is somebody else in the shadow. She has already announced a couple of times that she will be running for president. And that was exactly, Grace, Michelle Obama. I have heard her say that out of her own mouth, which has been within 2 months ago.
Yeah, it's supposed to be the next one, though.
Is it the next?
It's not supposed to be this one.
Now, on the down low, I've also heard of another female that's going to stand a good possibility of running for president, and that is Trump's daughter. And I've done said that a couple of times, and a lot of people is telling me no.
Well, she said no. She don't want no part of it.
So did Michelle Obama say no a while back ago?
Yeah, but she still isn't there, though.
Well, I kind of agree with you. She's not on the ballot. It may be next go round.
Yeah.
Right now at this point, it may be they're saying no, but in due time, let's wait and see.
Yeah. I don't think the whole unless she's waiting for way down the line to when it's normal for
women to run.
No, it has nothing to do with that. Because it's not really Michelle, it's Michael.
I know what you're talking about.
So right now it's still like, well, for most people, and then maybe 10 years down the line, it might be normal.
Well, Michelle is the only president's wife that's got a bulge.
A bulge?
A bulge.
Oh, well, I wouldn't be looking down there anyway.
Too much yoga.
Well, when it's on TV and, it was on, who was it? The Generous show where she was dancing and other places like that.
I never watched her. She's
I know.
scary. She was scary looking. I don't want to watch that. That's like the drunk lady from California.
Which one?
The old speaker.
Oh, hell.
That scares me.
Yeah.
Dude, I can understand why her husband stayed drunk all the time.
Not to be scared of with that one, that's for sure. Whatever that may be.
And I can understand why one of our last presidents always cheated too. Look at what they had to deal with.
Oh,
Man.
there's a lot of that.
He's a bad poker player, you know.
I don't think we have had a president somewhere along the line that did not cheat on his wife.
It's hard to say. But as we found out when Clinton was in office, people don't care. That's like closed door thing. Who cares?
Yeah.
You're supposed to be running the country. We don't care what you do in the bedroom.
Yeah.
Which is kind of true.
But with Clinton, it wasn't in the bedroom.
Well, it's a figure of speech.
I think it was more or less like a publicity stunt, for them, what all they had going on and transpiring at the time.
Yeah.
It looked very controversial, but at the same time, something like that could be like, oh my goodness, look over here. Oh, we're running out the back door with all the loot.
No doubt.
Literally.
So
Now,
how many seeds you got going on right now?
Who, me?
Yeah.
Let me think. I got
Pineapple still tastes good.
56 total right now on this batch.
Yeah. I got another shelf that I need to start filling up.
I need to try to find me some okra and cabbage is what I'm looking for. And
yeah,
I didn't realize how hard it is to find that around here.
Really?
Yeah.
You got a Lowe's or the other one?
Walmart.
We ain't got neither one here in this town.
Oh. Yeah, you gotta take a trip to the Walmart.
I've not seen them at Walmart, and I was up there, what,
Really?
a couple days ago. Yeah.
I got a batch. It's been a couple weeks now. I went in there just to see if they had any out, and they did. I forget how much they were, like $1 a pack. Of course, you don't get a whole lot of seeds, but I got a couple of them just to try out and see what they would produce.
Now, I do know okra seeds, when you finally do get them, that's probably one of the hardest plants to try to get to come up.
Every one I've ever planted has come up.
I've had to plant at least 10 times more than what I wanted.
Wow.
You gotta have a good loose soil because the okra plant has a big root.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it gets a big bulb to it.
It's hard to mow them down too when time comes.
Well, you got to pull the root out.
Shit. The damn
Trim
roots.
it down.
You don't want a bunch of roots sitting in there because
you better tie it on to the back of a truck.
No, it's not that bad.
No, come down here. Come on down here.
Your roots grow bigger than my roots.
I don't know how to take that one, Bushcraft.
Maybe about that long. Ones I had, and my okra was probably about 5 feet tall.
Yeah, it get tall on you.
It's
Yeah.
been a good 10 years since I've grown okra.
Now, see, I know I'm the only one in this area that is growing okra. So I'll take the seeds, because the last batch of okra I let turn to seed, and
Right.
then I'll replant those seeds and have okra again.
Now, do you let that one whole stalk go to seed or just a few of them?
Well, it depends. I only need one okra
good one.
to get seeds,
Yeah.
because you see how many seeds are in there.
Ginger Ninja, I'll tell you what, come Wednesday, I'll go out there and get a shovel full of my soil. It is the blackest soil I've ever seen. And the reason is the people who used to live here used to raise goats all the time. And I think last year was the first time I really had any problems growing anything. And I'm going to try it again this year. And if I do have problems, I'm going to try to mess with my soil and try to get everything the way it's supposed to be.
Yeah, I would get a tester. You can get them for like $10 on Amazon, and stick
Can you
it
go
in
to
the soil.
Walmart and get them?
I don't know. I never looked to see if they had any of them. They're just a thing. It has two little prongs in there, and you check the pH
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
and see what that is. Because if it's
Well,
one
now,
way or the other, stuff won't grow very good. Well, depending on what you put in there.
now I know our
Some-
closest weed store's got them.
Sometimes some things need a high pH and some need a low pH.
No, I'm not planting Oreos, TH2.
I think I've even seen them at the tractor supply store. If anybody's got anyone near them.
Now, I do
Yeah,
have
there
one
probably
of
would.
those.
I
I'm
have to
gonna
get me another one. Somebody stepped on mine.
I'll go check them out, see if they got some.
Yeah, I know
I didn't even think about them. Hello, Ark Wild Man.
Hey, Ark.
different locations. Some have different varieties of stuff, but most of them is pretty generic.
Yeah. Their books are real expensive. I'd like to have some of their books, but they're way too expensive.
Yeah. I was looking at them too, and I was like, man, they're proud of these books. I wanted a couple, but man,
Did
looking at
they
one.
write them in here?
Yeah, I'm like, man, do I get the autograph? Yeah, the one I was looking at the most was like $25. I'm like, man,
Yeah.
God.
They're
Now, Ark
expensive.
Wild Man said something I've never thought of. He said pre-soak the okra before planting.
It depends on your soil. If you got dry soil, yeah, you're gonna need to soak them
No,
for at
no,
least
this ain't
24
dry.
hours.
This soil ain't dry. Trust me.
But and that goes it you gotta water it too.
yeah,
You don't
Now, the
when you
watering,
put
I got no
seed,
problem with that.
when you put the seeds in, you got to make sure they stay moist. As soon as
Yeah.
if they go dry, you can stunt the growth of it right then and there.
Now, let me tell you, when I plant my seeds in the ground, I got my sprinkler out there. All right. And I only sprinkle late afternoon. I don't do it during the day or early morning. It's always late afternoon. But when I go out there to turn my sprinkler off, I got mud puddles out there.
Well, make
Okay.
sure you don't wash your seeds away.
Oh no.
And the thing is, when you plant your seeds, it doesn't make a difference if it's daytime and nighttime, because
I ain't talking about planting, I'm talking about watering.
yeah, when you plant your seeds, it doesn't
temperature.
matter if it's daytime or nighttime. Well, no, there are some things like potatoes. See
They
if
say
there's
plant at night.
somebody out in here that knows when you plant potatoes.
I've heard some people say they do it something by like the lunar, because you can look up the almanac and it tells you certain lunar dates to plant if you really get into it.
Yep. After full moon or during a full moon is the time.
I've heard people talk about it, but I've never done it myself or seen somebody do it and see the results.
That's anything root type.
Root vegetable,
Yeah, radishes, and it's even the seed.
carrots.
Yeah, sweet potatoes.
Need to get some carrots and radishes in the ground. Should have did that today, but I didn't feel like it because it was Monday.
I thought I had a planting chart, but I don't. I've got the weather chart is what I got. And I'm sitting here looking at it now.
That's what I've been doing, trying to every little thing I can think of, just write it down.
Yeah.
But you know what? The fishing guide for today and tomorrow is the best.
Saw somebody post said they was going fishing. I thought they were joking.
You know what? I'm gonna have to get hell, I got to have license. Yeah.
It could be.
There's not a poor day at all the rest of this month. And well, today and tomorrow was the two best days for the rest of this month. Everything else is good.
Yeah, it's too cold to be planting outside here now.
Oh, it ain't here. Not
Today
really.
was the coldest day we've had in a while, and looked at the forecast. It's probably the coldest day we're going to have for a while.
What about 40s? I'm gonna say around high 40s to mid 50s here.
Well, see, that's too cold. Your ground's too cold.
Yeah, got up to 58 here or 59 here today.
Yeah, you're. I think you want 50 to 60 degree ground temperature.
Yeah,
Your
at
soil.
least.
What, 68?
Well, no, it's not going to be that hot, but it's usually 58 degrees and up.
You figure if you plant in containers or something, that's going to increase it because it's not sheltered like it would be in the ground.
And that depends on what you plant, because you can plant cabbage and spinach and things like that early.
They're cold tolerant.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on with the weather. Y'all getting all the snow up there. We ain't got none. Except
Stop your whining. You don't want that snow.
I want some snow.
I'm definitely not saying that.
No. See, let me tell you.
Come on, man.
Listen to what I got to say. Okay. See, y'all two ain't married. All right. That way, when there's snow on the ground and your wife's in the bed asleep, what you do is you go out there and make you a great big snowball. And you tiptoe in the bedroom and you kind of ever so gently lay it on her back. And then you run. 10 minutes later, you're going to hear her get up hollering and a cuss.
Well, if it snows here, I'm definitely making a snowball. That's for sure.
Man, when I was young and I'd make snowballs in the wintertime, put them in the freezer so I can have a snowball fight in the summertime. Grape jams, you do know that can go both ways. You can put that snowball on your husband too. That has happened to me a time or two. Or better yet, Get you a great big pile of snow and pile it up around the commode so when the man gets up to go to the bathroom, he's stepping in snow.
Grape jams. You guys still got snow up there?
Man, that's a hell of a wake-up call.
We actually melted a little bit up here.
Let's see here.
There was a
I'll be happy if that's the last snow we get for this year.
She said it melted today.
Oh, okay.
I forget exactly where it was at, but this family made one huge snowman in the front yard. Well, in the yard on the side of the house, and some Ken did not like snowmen, so he was going to take us a 4x4 and run it over. Well, what this Ken did not know is they built that snowman on a tree stump. He hit that stump so hard he could not drive his vehicle, and that's how they caught him.
Oh,
I mean,
man.
come on, you know, those kids work hard to do that, but you know, it had to be daddy to make that suggestion.
He did not expect that to happen.
Well, now back in the 70s,
That's a strong snowman.
yeah, yeah, really. Well, now back in the 70s, when I first got my license, you know, in town, the people would rake up the leaves in the road right there beside the curbs. And, hey, you know, us teenagers, you know, shit, out having a little bit of fun, we'd drive through them and spread them. We done that for a couple of years, and then it got to the point we started hearing people putting cinder blocks and rocks in there for people like that, for people like myself. That's when I said, all right, no more. Time to call it quits. But a friend of mine, he had to go do it with his car. He tore the whole front end of his car up. They didn't put rocks in there. They put boulders.
Mm.
But, you know, hey, that was back in the day, you know, when being mischievous didn't really hurt nobody. Okay.
Yeah.
Or what was that mailbox baseball? Okay.
We can't talk about that stuff.
We can't.
No.
Damn. Okay. Let's just say playing baseball.
Yeah, especially since it's a federal thing.
Well, it was federal back then too, but if we got caught, we just replaced it. I'll put it like that. And
It's almost opening day.
And I did not know it was against the law to fill one of them up with concrete either.
Oh, I'm actually live over on Twitter too.
Oh, are you? Is it Twitter? Is that X?
Yeah.
Oh. I'll be back in a second.
I figure since it was already selected, I went ahead and left it on there.
Might as well.
Yeah. Somebody might come along and say, hey, oh, that's interesting.
Yeah. You got the same handle over there?
I think it's well, the name is Bushcraft Family, but
I got you.
the name's back, or the username is Family Bushcraft.
I remember when Twitter first came out years ago, whenever it was, 2007, 2008, maybe. I
Yeah,
created an account just to create it, and I never did anything with it.
yeah.
Pretty sure they deactivated it by now.
I think my gaming one that I have is that old. It used to be on Twitch. Whenever you streamed, it would send a message to Twitter and say, "Hey, this person's live."
Yeah,
And Twitter went and stopped all that stuff from happening, which doesn't make sense. You know,
it doesn't.
it's advertising for both places.
Yeah,
Never understood why one shuts off all their their coding so another one doesn't advertise with it. Makes no sense
yeah,
because everybody gets the view for it.
yeah. We're getting in
Oh,
trouble for something that's out there that's already in the YouTube realm, you know?
yeah. Hey, Chris. Hope you're doing good. Um, I also planted dragon fruit. See if I get anything this time.
You did.
It can take up to 28 days before it germinates. So
Oh wow.
yeah, we'll have to see how that does.
Man.
And then in a week, which should be 4 more days, I'll have to plant 2 more butter crunch because I plant them about a week afterwards.
Yeah.
That way, when I eat, if I eat the 3, then the next week I have 3 more that'll be ready for the following week. And you
Exactly.
keep doing that to where you always have that lettuce.
Mm-hmm.
And most of the time you can recycle the pots, so you keep the same soil and everything. Just keep planting them in there. And
Yeah,
I have
something
this
like that.
um, um, the water stuff. Always forget it. Planting in the water.
Hydroponics.
Yeah, that's hydroponics. I've got a little hydroponics thing that I picked up for $12 at Roll King. I'm going to see how well that does. Now I don't have the fertilizer you put in there, but I'm just going to make my own. I'm just going to go out there and get a few rabbit turds and drop them in the water.
Or this would be something like herbs, or this would be something like bigger.
Well, I don't think it has a top on it. I'll have to check it out.
I got that.
Oh yeah, it's there's still snow on the ground, so I can't plant nothing outside. Like if I actually get the dragon fruit to grow, that's going to stay inside. There's no way I can have it outside because it actually grows to 25 feet tall, but it grows in a vine. So what I'm planning on doing is making it go up and down on the window, and then go over to the other window and go up and down so it gets plenty of light. And drag the actual plant, once it gets to a certain age, it starts sending out a smell, and it smells like vanilla.
Mm.
So I'll have my own air freshener and air cleaner. But in Ohio, it's really hard to grow dragon fruit.
Exactly. What is dragon fruit? Is it a flower or is it fruit?
It's fruit.
You've seen one before, I'm pretty sure.
I probably have, but they paid no attention.
Yeah, it'd be easier for me to just show you because
Yeah, when you see it, you'll know.
Okay.
They're real expensive when you go to the store.
Really?
Yeah.
Never had one. I've always wanted to try one.
Wait for this thing to load. Evidently, didn't like that image.
Must be China made.
Error. Please try again.
Well, damn.
Dang it.
Don't want you to see the dragon fruits.
I'm trying to. Oh, what's that green fruit that's got 1,000 seeds in it?
Kiwi.
Yeah. Don't it look something similar to that?
No.
Kind of, sort of, I guess, in a way, with the seeds. Yeah, there you go.
That's a dragon fruit.
I can understand why they call it dragon fruit.
Yeah. Exactly.
And
It's like the fruit of a dragon.
It tastes like chicken, but what does it taste like?
Kiwi.
Okay.
Pretty much.
I tear some kiwis up. I don't know. When it comes to fruit, yeah, I prefer fruit over anything.
You're fruity. Pomegranates drive you nuts. How did it drive you nuts? You know, there's a way to open those to where you can just get all the seeds out or the pomegranates out.
Huh.
You cut like a kind of like a pie, a 3-section pie.
Triangle.
And you pop it open and then you squeeze the ends and all the pomegranates pop out.
What's up, 101?
I know it's not the same thing. I've never eaten a pomegranate, but I have drinking the juice.
Sorry to hear that.
Oh, no.
Oh, wow.
I'll be darned.
Sorry to hear that.
Yeah.
I am too. Hey,
how long do you have that hamster? I know it's been a while.
I thought he got it right after they got the dog. What was?
I thought he had it before the dog.
He may have. That was his mama's pet, if I ain't mistaken.
Remember in school we had some pet guinea pigs. I'm thinking, where in the heck do they come from? A guinea pig? What is this thing? It's just like I don't know, big hamster.
And why did all of a sudden they say, "Oh, this is going to be a pet"?
Yeah.
Let's don't go get started on something like that.
Has anybody ever seen a guinea pig in the wild?
I don't even know where they come from, as in like countries and stuff.
Yeah.
I like to know who the first person was that got a dragon for a pet before they realized it don't make good pets.
It's been a long time since I stayed in Cleveland, and where I was not a good area of town, but I didn't have any trouble or anything. It was actually a carnival that I was at. I was working in at a carnival.
That'd be cool to see the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Okay.
I had about a year.
They only live about a year.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Really?
Damn,
I thought
they
I
live longer
thought for
than
sure
that.
they lived longer than that.
I had no idea.
We had, which is weird. We had some hamsters, and they have this thing at Main Street where, well, they used to. They don't know more because the thing, where they would set up booths and stuff and have activities. While we were going down there walking Main Street, and my son seen a white mouse, and he went over and ran over there and caught the mouse, and we took him home, and it didn't turn out good for the hamsters. I'll just leave it at that.
The kitty cats must have had a good time.
No.
Oh.
Man, if I'd have took a rat home, I'd have been an orphan.
No, it was a mouse. It wasn't a rat.
Either
But
one.
evidently, diseases or something, the hamsters didn't make it. The mouse lived fine. He was good to go. I don't know if it was a wild mouse or not because it was white. I don't know if they have wild white mice or not, but we had him for a good while.
Well, now, a friend of mine gave me her hamster because they was moving. And she told me, she said, I got to be careful with him because
Dwarf hamster. Okay.
I'm not going there with that joke.
Yeah,
And
the dwarf
she
ones
said,
that are they say they're really hard to maintain.
mm,
So
Hey,
I'm
Sniffer.
assuming they're smaller than the regular hamster.
I would assume. What's up, Sniffer?
I think we had one of everything except for a cow, a goat, and a hamster.
Now, what type of lizard has lake files? What does she have? Is a certain
Bearded
name.
dragon.
Okay, come to find
dragon.
out, that's what my son-in-law's got, is a bearded dragon.
Yeah, I actually did some work for a farmer. I was painting his barn, and the deal was, and it slipped my mind to tell my dad, but the deal was if I once I got done, I would get a cow, a baby cow,
And it slipped your mind, huh?
Yeah, and I brought it home and wanting to keep it. Had it in the garage.
Oh no! I
Didn't
bet that
tell
was
anybody. My dad went out there in the middle, real early in the morning, and opened the door. It was pitch black, dark in there. There was no light until he opened the door. He got in there and he was headed for filling around for the door. This cow went.
That freaked anybody out.
Running through the house. What the hell's in there? Oh, I forgot to tell you. Yeah, it wasn't pretty. I didn't get to keep. I didn't get to keep the cow.
I wish I could have seen that.
Oh man,
We are.
I wish I could have seen it too, because I was dead asleep until I heard the screaming, and him coming in there. Where did you get that? I was like, how did you know it was me?
Dude, you would have been laughing for a whole damn week if you saw that.
Oh yeah. He evidently sold it to another farmer and got a good bit of money for it. So,
Damn.
and I found out that that cows poop a lot
Yeah.
because all around that car there was piles of poop, and I don't understand how my dad made it in there and didn't step in anything, because that would have even been funnier if he would have
Especially if he
slipped on that as he's running out the door.
Oh man.
That's almost as bad as me turning frogs loose in the house when I was a youngin'.
And he tried to get into the house too, or she. I don't even know what it was, if it was a boy or girl.
Oh, did you see True Grit today?
No, I didn't have time yet.
She was banning a male
Oh,
cow.
okay. Making it a steer.
Yeah, and I'm gonna tell you what, she and her sister-in-law had a rough time.
Oh man.
It's not something that you volunteer to have done to you.
No.
You start putting something around,
Males, a cow's privates, and they don't care who you are,
Yeah.
But
yeah, it'll be a month before that steer goes around them now.
But she said, straight up, the
Ain't blame
cow
'em.
was not harmed, in any way, shape, or form. And this
It's for a
cow,
purpose.
yeah, I'm glad you stopped me.
Yeah.
But, it's not a pet. I'll put it like that. So
Yep.
they did not name it.
Their animals are very loved.
Mm-hmm.
They have good lives, and that's the thing with homesteads. It's not like a meat market where they're standing in their own poop up to their knees all day.
True.
They get. Did you hear about which makes sense? She made the mistake of petting the bottle fed cow on the head.
Yeah.
Never do that. Says they get so used to it, they will go up and charge you and rub their head into you for you to pet the top of their heads.
Yeah,
and
she said
that's bad for when they get bigger, because they can throw you across the field.
Yeah.
Yeah, they'll hurt you and don't mean to.
Yeah.
She said she had to break it with a stick.
Yeah.
It really didn't hurt the cow, but and now when they pet a cow, period, she will not pet one on the head.
It's the neck, yeah.
On the side. And I never knew that.
No, neither did I. And it makes perfect sense.
Yeah, it does. And I've also heard, if you ever name an animal, that's a pet for life. You don't name it.
Well, I know tons of people that name their animals and still eat them.
Well, I'm really?
Yeah.
Yeah. I love the ham just as much as I love the bacon. It's equal love all across the board.
Yeah, because
I agree with you on that.
Yeah, it all depends on the person raising them. If how they react to calling it a cow or whatever.
Yeah.
Me,
Yeah. Because there are a lot of people that name their chickens, and then when they're in the pot, boy, Betsy tastes real good.
yeah. I know some people that done that too.
Yeah.
You know,
And,
I
and then
mean,
and there are people that don't name them because they're afraid to get attached. But
right.
you still get attached to them, but it's in a different way. You know it's food, and you treated that animal with
With
respect
respect.
and loved it and whatnot.
Yeah.
Um, and
Exactly.
it's all depends on the person.
You get out what you put into it.
Yeah.
Exactly. You know. Now there's some people
Yeah.
who
Even if you don't name them, it's hard not to get attached to it.
Oh, definitely.
I mean, let's take chicken. Okay, a chicken has got really two purposes: either eggs or meat, or
But
three: either eggs, meat, or raising more biddies.
no,
Fertilizer or aerating your soil.
there you go.
Have y'all ever used chicken poop as fertilizer? I have.
Yeah.
I won't use it no
I
more.
have.
It's way too many weeds that come up with that.
Yeah, but that's why you make a compost bin so it burns it up.
Yeah. Done in
Now,
certain situations, it's very helpful though. It's very good for your
Oh yeah.
garden.
Yeah.
I won't doubt that. I'm just saying, for me, it's too many weeds. Now, we raised, what was it at one time, 7 chicken houses. And we had to, when we go in there to clean them out every 7 weeks, you got to put it somewhere. You either got to spread it out in the field or you stockpile it. One of the
And
two.
and see, there's a difference between down there and up here. If you watched the Vineyard Chicks talk about, and this is if you have good ventilation on your chicken coop, you leave the poop in there.
I ain't talking about a coop. I'm talking a house, 70 foot wide, 250 foot length.
You said chicken coop. That's what I thought.
Did I say
And you're
coop or did
hauling
I
it
say
out with a
house?
bobcat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I know that because they have
Okay.
heat and everything, but normally,
Right.
yeah, out in the farm, you leave it in there and you just cover it up with straw bed.
More. Right. But down here, a while back ago, it got to where chickens got diseases. One batch come in and another, like it. Now, used
Oh,
to during the wintertime, they would leave the old shavings in there and just sprinkle new ones. But when that disease come
yeah.
out, they made you go through and strip everything. You had to, wash everything down.
Yeah, that's um and it's written in law that you can have those big long houses
House.
for these chickens. If you open the door, that's considered free range.
Yeah.
Yeah, look, I like to
That
know who's writing these laws up so I can slap the shit out of them.
It's,
I
Now
mean, I
during the
was like,
summertime,
are you serious?
we had both ends open and the curtains down.
and the big fans.
Yeah. Now
yeah.
you tell me how you get free range out of being cooped up 24/7.
Yeah. And
I
some
mean,
of those places they have the cages stacked up.
yeah.
Yeah.
in some of those, all the way up to the ceiling.
Now,
As long as the door is open, it's free range.
that's bull.
Yep.
They are called layers.
And that was last year
Somebody needs to slap
that they passed that. They can put on the pack of eggs that you get at the store free range as long as the house had a door open. It's considered free range.
No. Free range is when you letting them run across the yard. To
Oh
me,
yeah, I know what it is, but that's how they sell the eggs now. Now
Their verbiage, they find little loopholes in it.
yeah. Now organic, there's other loopholes in that.
Yeah.
Because
Now wait a minute, hold
used
on.
to be organic eggs. You couldn't give them anything like antibiotics, steroids, or any of that stuff.
Okay.
And the feed had to be a certain grade that didn't have any of that stuff in it too.
So
Now they got different loopholes to where they can get through that.
Dude. No.
And this has all been since last year because of the bird thing.
Yeah.
They changed a lot of the rules to adapt to that crap that happened.
Well, now see, I mean, to me, if I'm going to get some to raise here where I'm at, maybe 5 or 6 hens to start off with. Okay.
Yeah.
And if I want some baby chicks a little later on down the road, I'll get a rooster. Okay. Now, a lot of people think just because you raising hens, you got to have a rooster. No. The only time you get a rooster.
That's just to fertilize the egg.
Yeah, exactly. So you can have biddies a little later on, or to keep snakes and hawks or whatever out.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Depends where you're going to house them and what they're going to do, because I would almost automatically get a rooster just for their protection.
Yeah, yeah. Now me, I mean, I would fix up a place where they could roost at nighttime, but during the day, shit, I got 3 acres out here they can run around in,
Yeah.
And I wouldn't have near as many ticks either. Well, I'd probably get me a couple of guineas for that.
Oh shoot, the guineas, they're the best watchdogs you can get. We used to have a bunch of them.
So is a peacock.
Man, they would let off the awfulest yelp.
Yes,
something's out there somewhere.
If something did not belong on your land, that guinea would damn sure let you know until you come and checked it out.
And they would kind of get over in the fence with the goats sometimes and roam around, but most of the time they just kind of did their own thing and roosted up in the trees at nighttime.
Yeah. Good God, Debbie Golden. I've got 30 hens and 14 roosters.
There you go.
Well, at least we know them roosters are not getting worked to death.
Yeah, that's one thing I miss is chickens. I could sit out there and watch them chickens, scratch the dirt and just watch them for hours. I think that's one of the most amazing things. I don't know what it is. It's just a chicken going around looking for food, but just watching them, it's calming. Or baby goats. I love watching baby goats going a little bouncing and jumping.
I want a mule. I've never had a mule. But 2 things. Number 1 is I got to go take a shot. And number 2 is I think Ruben come in late. He wants to know what's up with the sleeper cells.
Oh, I was going to say, I think Dixie been trying to get rid of her donkey. The sleeper cell business.
You would have to say that just to bring my ass back in here, wouldn't you? I was already in the kitchen getting ready to take my shot.
Well, I was gonna name the donkey the other
Dixie
word,
got
but
a good heart, and she will not get rid of her ass like that.
yeah, donkeys are good protectors too. Yeah, I didn't want to say that, but yeah, I was being nice. Well, I was gonna, about the sleeper cells. They're which you'll probably hear about it shortly, because that's usually what happens. But there are documents and things that are being sent to certain cities. Uh, and I don't know what the city is in Connecticut, but Connecticut is on the list. Michigan, Florida, and I don't know what city in Florida. So, Chicago and San Diego. There may be more. There may not be. These are packets that are supposed to be sent to these cities or the state that it's going to. That is how to manage and protect from these and to track down these sleeper cells. And this is coming from the White House or the government. So again, it's taken with a grain of salt, because it's hard to say if it's hot air or it's credible threat type thing, because it's hard to say. If they said it, the White House was saying, well, the sun won't be coming up tomorrow, or the sun will be coming up tomorrow, you would wonder if it really was. Because it's hard to believe anything from the government nowadays.
It's like the whole deal with the groundhog. They always say if he sees a shadow 6 weeks or whatever, but it's funny how no matter what, usually 6 weeks after that date is usually the start of spring, regardless.
Yeah.
Oh man, I can't wait.
Yeah, and I'm not saying these are, bad cells, or a lot of them are saying that it's something to do with the stuff that's coming up in November to disrupt it. Whatever it is, it's just, it's nothing to be scared over, because you can't be scared over something you don't know what is going to happen, or if it's going to happen, or when. It's just prepare your household for whatever. Make sure you have food, water, and protection.
Now, you know darn good and well, the government says it's true.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Oh, did you? Oh, you weren't there Friday, was you? Did you know that I got banned from the White House Twitter page?
I heard you talking about it.
I posted a thing. I went back and it says I was banned. I can't see anything on there now. Well,
Like you made a
I
good
said
number
I was trying to be nice. I said Biden did really good things. He lowered obesity, and I said it was because nobody can afford to eat now anyway, and
well,
I got banned. I was trying to be nice.
well, get like this. You could have said it, this way. I've done lost weight because Biden has made gas so expensive. I got to walk everywhere. You know,
Yeah, and Susie D, it doesn't mean anything would happen there, because majority of the time when these, they do investigations from these places, that's not where they do their attack or whatever they're doing. That's just where they're stationed, and they go elsewhere to do their bad stuff.
Yeah.
And that's why I said um, New York and LA are not on that list. That doesn't mean
they're not
they're
there.
safe or anything. It's
Yeah.
just,
Makes you wonder.
Pat Evans, my neighbor would have a cow if I had a donkey. I'd like to see that in myself. I like to
there's a
see
lot of, if you're real close to neighbors and stuff, they don't like donkeys.
I've got one pretty good sized one around here. I bet you there's over 300 cows close to me. And I'm gonna tell you, the summer nights, man, they right too. But
Okay, guys, it's about that time. I'm gonna go ahead and drop the link. Yeah, we got like 2 minutes left. I was like, whoa, what happened?
Time flies when you're having fun. Last time I looked at the clock, it was 25 after 9, 8.
Yeah, make sure you guys head over to the Vineyard Chicks. They got some good songs. I'm sure they got some good. There it is. We got the beat. Come together. Fishing in the dark. Deja vu. All you had to do was stay by or stay.
Stay or stand.
No, all you had to do was stay.
Okay.
Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
You give love a bad name. My immortal. Someone you loved, and I got name.
It's a good mix.
Yep.
It's gonna be a
And
good one.
plus you can request songs once they get done with their 10 songs.
There you go.
Oh, Grape Dams. Do you know if they were practicing my song yet? I came across a young guy singing gospel music. He's really good. There's a song that he does. And,
What's his name?
Something Queen. Joshua or Josiah Queen.
Okay. No, I've not heard of him.
Oh, he's pretty good.
Josiah Queen.
I think it's
Check it out.
oh man, I can't remember now.
Don't you hate when that happens?
It's
That
right
means
there. I can see it, but I can't get it.
That means you're getting up there.
I'm gonna have to go look it up real quick.
You're getting old too. Susie D, 101 don't come on Monday nights. And it'd probably be Friday or Saturday before he's up and running.
Well, they got 3 commercials for tonight for
Of
Vineyard
course.
Chicks.
Of course.
I guess he started work today. Hopefully everything went well.
That'd be hell. He got fired on his first day of work.
You know, you just don't want to get fired on your day off.
Oh, it's the Prodigal. Or
Prodigal.
yeah, I think
Yeah.
that's
Blue Rhino commercial. I don't hear Dixie's TV tuned in on it.
yeah, I've been listening to it though. Yeah, that's what I figured. I was hoping she was feeling better by today, but make sure everybody heads over there. Give them some encouragement. KK's still a little under the weather.
I'm trying to mute it. My remote is messing up.
We will see you guys Wednesday over at Jeff's. And thank you guys for hanging out with us tonight, and we'll catch you on the next one.
Night, everybody.